Cappies, oh my Cappies, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. My nose ring is sticking out. Okay, Cappies, y'all got the Dead End, the Mirror, and the Nados. The Temple, the Tear, the Threshold, the Starborn, the One, and the Heart. Cappies. Well, I mean, the Mirror, the Dead End, and Thanatos are all just kind of this idea of like holding on to, you know, a fractured idea that's really like not getting you anywhere. I feel like it's just like the doors aren't opening. And I feel like you've been just feeling like the doors aren't opening. And I don't know, it's like, I don't know, I think of like Lord of the Rings when they're at the top of the mountain, they're trying to find the keyhole, and you know what I mean? And it's not until the light hits just the right way, you know, from the moon that they can see how to get through. And I just kind of feel like there's this idea of like something shining and like giving you like just the sight that you need to see. I feel like a bigger picture, a different opportunity, a different way of perceiving things, a different way of approaching things, because the temple is the idea of like, what do you worship and why? And I feel like whatever it was that you were worshiping was really holding you back. And it's been in your reads, just kind of that idea of like, when you get your head stuck on like, this is how it has to be, and it's more about adherence than it is about justice, you know, like if you find that it doesn't get you anywhere, and it just creates a lot of sadness. But I think that when you allow for yourself to just like honor that and allow for that sadness to occur, you are also enabling yourself to like move forward in a direction that, again, you know, like allows you, the last year you had the mask and breaking away the mask, you know, but allowing yourself to break out of this, you know, restrictive mentality that you've been embodying, and out into who it is that you truly are, that enables you to really step forward. I think for a lot of you, to really, you know, like move forward in a relationship. I don't know if this is a new relationship or an old relationship, but it just feels like you're able to really, you know, release what was. I think understand what it is that you were hung up on. And you can be on either side of the story, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But, you know, and being able to understand like where the hang up was, it was like you can just, like, I think of like, you know, like we walk out the door and like your pocket gets hung up on the doorknob, you know what I mean? And you're like walking and you jerk, and then you see, you know, like, oh, it's, you know, my pocket, and you can, you know, pull yourself off of it easily and step forward. It doesn't feel like it's a difficult transition. It just feels like maybe an emotional transition, you know? It's like, what is it that you really want out of life? And I feel like what you're saying you want out of life, and this is how everything has to be, and this is how it has to work, is preventing you from actually embodying what it is that you want out of life. The High Priestess. I mean, that's just like a psychic inner knowing, you know? I just feel like you knew, you know, like you knew that that's what it was that was happening. I don't feel like this is a revelation to you. I just feel like it's an idea of like having to swallow your pride. You know, no judgment. We've all been there. But I think in swallowing your pride and allowing for yourself to really honor the truth of everything that's going on, rather than holding on to some fractured idea of like what it is that how it is that you think that it should be, how it is that you think that it should go down because of your fractured ideas and fractured images. Or again, you know, dealing with somebody in that energy. Five of Swords, Two of Swords, Temperance, Two of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Well, I mean, again, it's just like these battles that just don't get anybody anywhere. And I feel like having to really make a decision, like, what is it that you really want? What is it that you really worship? You know, the Two of Cups is the idea of a couple that's separated, you know, but like missing each other, knowing that they'll come back to each other someday. So it could be that this is somebody that you were in a relationship with in the past who you're wanting to come back together with again. It could be that it's somebody you're in a relationship with now and things have just kind of been rocky for a while, and you know, it's just kind of this idea of like, but can you bring it back together? Can you find your balance? But I think that you're finding that your balance is in working on yourself, focusing on, you know, how you can improve, because I think part of the issue in the last read was more of an idea of like adherence again. And it's like, you want to tell everybody how they can improve, but like, are you willing to improve yourself? Are you willing to, you know, like step up when it counts? Or are you going to be, you know what I mean? Like taking the easy way out and pointing fingers at everybody all the time. When I say the easy way out, what I mean is, it's easy to demand adherence to something just because you say so, but like, can you give a reason why? And a feeling like if you can't give a reason why, then it's not because there's an actual reason. It's just because you need to have control in a situation. I feel like there's a sense of a release of control, an idea of control. Five of Swords, Justice, Ace of Wands. Well, I do feel like there's a new beginning. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you have the Five of Swords twice. Again, there's just all of this fighting, this need to really, you know, lay down these battles that you're holding on to, that don't get you anywhere because they don't stand with, there's no truth in it. There's no, I feel like, you know, like there's no real justice in any of the things that are going on in that area. And having to make a decision, you know, like to bring justice to the situation, because it's the only way that anybody's going to be able to move forward. Whoops, sorry, in a new direction. You know, that honors the work that you have done, because I feel like you have been doing work and you have been growing and you have been changing, but you capped yourself out, non-ironically, you know, with this idea of adherence, like I'm the only one who's been doing this, or I'm the only one who, you know what I mean? And then taking fractured ideas and throwing them against other people, like, well, that's what, you know, like, that's why you have to adhere. And it's like, well, but like, you're not even acknowledging what this person is doing, or what this person is, how this person has changed, or how this person has grown. And I feel like there's a level of accountability in that, you know, of like, listen, you know, like, you're not the only person in this world. You're not the only person who's growing. You're not the only person who's developing. And I don't know why you feel comfortable throwing shade at me, like I'm not doing anything, or, you know, while simultaneously, you know, like holding me down, preventing me from doing anything. You know what I mean? Like it just feels very silly. But I feel like you're making a decision to let that go. It just hurts. It makes you sad. You feel like you've lost a little bit. But you know, like, that's the problem, is that, like, I don't get the feeling it's a competition, you know, and if you turn it into one, then somebody has to lose, you know, and if somebody has to lose, then, and you're the one who's turning into a competition, you're the one who's trying to make sure that other person won't win. And that's not healthy, you know? But I feel like you're moving out of that. Yay! Pluto's officially out of Capricorn, so I'm sure that feels light for y'all. The seed. Well, I mean, the seed is the idea of something that's planted in you. And again, I feel like there's just an idea here of like knowing better, and knowing that if you want to foster any growth, that you're going to have to tend to this seed. You know, you're going to have to make a decision to really take care of things so that you are able to move forward, quite possibly into a relationship. I don't know if, again, I don't know if this is a past relationship. I don't know if you're making all these decisions, you're parting ways with somebody who was really just holding you back, who was constantly in battles with you, who was, you know, constantly, you know, like, it was just like nobody ever really knew what was going on, because nobody was really communicating clearly. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, you have to move away from that And sometimes that means moving away from the person that you're in a relationship with and freeing yourself up to be with somebody that you're actually meant to be with. And sometimes you're able to work it out with the ones that you're with already. I don't know how that will resonate for you as an individual. Take what resonates and leave the rest. These are general reads, but it does seem very, very positive, Caps. And I'm very, very happy for that. I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this video does resonate. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.